You know, there's an old thing that's been going around for a good while. It says the left can't meme. It's interesting though that many people out there are basically copying the left, their critiques of Donald Trump, and using them for Joe Biden. So they can meme. These things caught on. They were known, they were renowned. What is a meme? A thing that catches on. A cultural meme, an internet meme is a form of cultural meme, internet culture. And yeah, if they catch on, they're a meme. Even if they're a bad meme, well, they're a bad meme. Or you can't meme. If it takes off, it takes off. If you were a person with an awful lot of money, or perhaps an awful lot of stupidity, and you start to spend a lot of cash on promoting your bullshit, and it's still bullshit, it's low-grade, non-entertaining nonsense, but it takes off, and people listen to it and they cringe at it. In fact, there's many people who are famous for being cringe individuals. You effectively become a meme. Not necessarily in the best way, not necessarily in the way you would prefer, but you become a meme. Or at least your work does, aspects of it. That's no different from an image you've edited. Oh, here's a classical art image. I'm going to edit a few things in there and make it Joe Biden's face and blah, 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 blah. You know, it's same as ever different. Or that, or simply, you know, troll faces or whatever the case may be. It doesn't really matter. You don't like it and you go, yeah, they can't meme. Are memes all comedy? In some ways. Are they all taken in the same way, expressed in the same way? Are they all the same all over the world, considering different styles, traditions of comedy across the globe? Would there be a slight differential between US and Canadian memery, even within the same block of the political spectrum? Probably. Would there be a greater leap then to the UK or Australia? And a greater leap still if you went to Deutschland? Very probably indeed. So, you know, it's simply one of those things. And some things don't translate too well, and some people make the memes. Hey, they're a naturalised US citizen, and good for them, but they're originally from Finland, or they're Ukrainian, or maybe, I don't know, maybe they're Spanish, as in Spanish from Spain, not as in Hispanic. They would be Hispanic, but they'd be from the actual nation. So yeah, whatever the case. They're going to have a different style of things. Maybe English isn't their first language. Maybe they're making a point, and the point comes before the kind of humour and the wit, which can make it fail, and that's the point, isn't it? Left can't meme, because they're putting the point ahead of the humour. Whereas some people put the humour or the crudity of the humour ahead of the other. So the point doesn't land so well, but the humour's there, and that makes it work a lot better. So, you know, some people are trying to be intellectually humorous, and other people who are trying to be humorous. And the humorous people, the people who are actually putting their effort into that, it works a lot better. Plus, when you dig it a bit deeper, when you look a bit deeper, you find actually an awful lot of memery from the right doesn't work all that well either. Especially the far right, for obvious reasons. You know, it's more vicious or crude, and as a result isn't all that witty. And actually, in terms of right-wing or even centrist memes, it seems like the best ones out there tend to be by people who are having a bit of fun. And it's very often people who would describe themselves as libertarian on some level. So, because they're a bit more free, they're not so pent up about stuff, they're not trying to make a point, they're trying to have fun with it. And as a result, they very often hit the nail on the head. And as I say, you know, if you're left-wing and trying to make a point, yeah, but, you know, I'm going to make a point here, it's a serious point, but, you know, I'm going to humorise it, it's going to take off. It's like, well, you know, because you're doing the politics, it's bound to be something which is more loaded. And because it's loaded, or perhaps overloaded, maybe it doesn't fire as well. I don't know. That's a crap analogy. But in any case, you basically end up with things that work and don't work. And people characterise the opposition. Yeah, they can't meme. They can't meme. You're the right wing, you're the left wing. It's like, well, you're not really the right wing, you're not really the left wing. You're the centre right and centre left. And it's those fuckers either side who are, you know, bashing you against each other. You know, the hard left who try and represent the left, including the centre left, and the right, or far right, I should say, who try and represent the right wing and the centre right. And if you don't fit in, you're just you're a leftist, and no, you're right wing, and it's like that person's centre left, and you call them right wing. That person's, you know, it's silly, isn't it? It's daft. But yeah, in terms of memes, there's simply things that take off. If they take off and do well, they are a meme. They take off. They have some propulsion behind them. They've taken off. Great. Most stuff won't. Might get a few likes. People being friendly. Still a meme. In fact, it's a meme that doesn't really take off. Is a meme still a meme if it doesn't take off? If it gets ignored altogether, it isn't actually a meme. It's like a random mutation, like genetic memes. Like Richard Dawkins has spoken about genetic memes. He spoke about those in the 1970s, I believe. And that sounded weird. Doesn't sound like his accent at all. But in any case, if you end up with these memes where they do take off in the right kind of way and they become a theme, because, you know, memes come into being, they become a theme in certain aspects of, say, genetics or society, or whatever the case may be, internet communities, you know, social media, internet culture, as I said before. And yeah. So you end up with memes and competitive memes and alternative memes and things that work better and things that don't. And through a kind of natural selection, you end up with those which are going to become more prominent in future generations. And that's kind of how they work. That was a terrible, terrible accent. I really shouldn't do that accent again.